What is before us is a president who is living the rule of law. He is living it in the most personal way. He is not pardoning his son, which he could do. These are federal charges. Right. He is not doing that. He is not doing it because he is living what it means to have a rule of law in this country. Yeah. And then if you want to know if he believes it, you could actually see what is happening with his own son. I'm not saying that he should get credit for it because it is the right thing to do.
That's the norm, but Trump is beneath it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's that the idea that you can't see it, or is that really what's going on? Right. Or when you can see what he is actually living by is his own son is being prosecuted, and he is allowing the norms that are required to live in a democracy to go forward.
That President Biden is expected to pardon his son, Hunter Biden. The president's son was convicted on all 3 felony charges in June related to the purchase of a revolver in 2018 when prosecutors argued Hunter lied on a mandatory gun purchase form by saying he was not illegally using or addicted to drugs. According to NBC News, the president made the decision this weekend.
Y'all see your boy then daggone pardon his crack-headed ass son. Now, honestly, who sees this as a surprise? I mean, everybody and their mama knew that this fool was going to probably pardon his son, even though they lied and gaslighted us for so many years.
His son, Hunter, is also up for being sentenced next month. Does the president have any intention of pardoning him?
We've been asked that question multiple times. Our answer stands, which is no.
President Biden says that he's not going to pardon his son, Hunter. Is he going to ask Donald Trump to do that?
I don't have anything else to share about that. I'm not going to go down a rabbit hole on this. I've been very clear. The president's been very clear when we've been asked this question.
Second one, would the president pardon or commute his son if he's convicted?
So I've answered this question before. It was asked of me not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, and I was very clear, and I said no.
4 years of just pure lies.
Son Hunter is on trial, and I know that you cannot speak about an ongoing federal prosecution. But let me ask you, will you accept the jury's outcome, their verdict, no matter what it is?
Yes.
And have you ruled out a pardon for your son?
Yes.
No one is above the law. No one, but Trump. But Trump. But Trump. No one's above the law. No one's above the law. Even that wokester Jeffrey in Congress, no one's above the law. Nancy Pelosi, no one's above the law.
No one is above the law.
No one is above the law.
Nobody is above the law.
No one is above the law.
No one is above the law.
Nobody is above the law.
No one 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 is above the law.
Well, son of a bitch.
How many of y'all really find this surprising? Because I don't. And to be honest with you, I understand why Joe Biden would pardon his son. I think everybody and their mama would truly understand why he would pardon his son from these crimes. But what is baffling to me and why I am done with these people are the biggest hypocrites. And they're already shilling and trying to flip the script and say, oh, well, Trump pardoned all his buddies. What's the difference? You guys are hypocrites. No, buddy. We understand why a father would pardon his son. But the part that I don't understand is, yeah, you can pardon for the things currently that's going on, but to go back to 2014, that only tells me one thing, and this is just my opinion. I want y'all to put what your opinion is. This is just mine. For 4 years, matter of fact, a 5-year investigation, open, shut, and closed, and this fool puts the pardon all the way back to 2014, all the way to present day, only tells me one thing, that he did that to shield himself, to protect the big man upstairs, to protect himself from criminal prosecution, so that they couldn't drag his son in for other investigations and question and interrogate and investigate, which would eventually ultimately lead to what we all know, the Biden crime family is real. This is the biggest hypocrisy ever. And the reason why it's the biggest hypocrisy is the Democrats have always taken this stance that they're the moral high ground. that they morally are the correct party, and that no one's above the law, and everyone needs to be a fair shake in the justice system. And they do nothing but accuse the Republican Party, accuse Trump of what they're doing. Biden has the nerve to say that his son it was a miscarriage of justice, that this was a political stunt of them targeting his son in a nutshell. What do you think's been going on with Trump? The Democrats have been politically targeting their opponent, Donald J. Trump. What's the difference? In my views, in my opinion, the Democrats are done. They already are done. 76 million people voted them out and rejected their lies. We see clearly that they're full of Marxism within their party, that they have gone so far left politically and ideologically that people have rejected it. So 76 million people showed up at the voting booth and voted y'all out of office. And I cannot wait till January 20th. This is the biggest hypocrisy, the biggest political corruption right here in our face. It doesn't come to surprise to anybody. Joe Biden pardons his son. Nancy Pelosi denies the allegations of insider trading while being worth $140 million. Nothing is new. We've seen this coming. So, I mean, don't be baffled by it. But what's funny is now the libs are shilling and they're lost of words.
That President Biden is expected to pardon his son, Hunter Biden. The president's son was convicted on all 3 felony charges in June related to the purchase of a revolver in 2018 when prosecutors argued Hunter lied on a mandatory gun purchase form by saying he was not illegally using or addicted to drugs. According to NBC News, the president made the decision this weekend. Molly, fast and furious, what do you make of this new news?
I just heard it. I have to process it. I don't have a take. I'm sorry.
Of course you're lost of words, because your party, because of you shilling for this poor administration, this lying administration, it should not be called democracy. They should be referred to as bureaucracy, because the lying legacy media, in Trump's words, fake news media, has been lying to the American people for 3.5 years. 4 years. They've been lying to us for decades now. But for 3.5 years, they told us that Joe Biden was perfectly sound, that he had all his wits, to eventually telling us he's too senile to face charges for the same thing that they charged Trump for with the classified documents. To now, they switched out their fighter in the middle of a daggone presidential election process, which is not the democratic process, while forcing Kamala down our throats, the hackling hen that raised $1.4 billion to only be blown it all and then be in debt. How was she going to do our tax-paying dollars? To now this. The Democrats are done. 76 million people voted them out. They are losing the culture war, and this is our only shot. This is the Republicans' only shot to get one thing right. One thing right. I cannot believe this, man. This guy has the nerve to say that he is a political target. What do you think y'all has been doing to Trump, man? I don't know, man. I want to know what y'all's thoughts are. Put it in the comments. I do read them. I'm back. It's your boy. Boy, you can't make this shit up, man. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I appreciate everybody that supports my channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you get notified every time I put out some more mean tweet commentary. And don't forget to hit me up on Instagram. It is official Craig Long 45, and most definitely hit me up on X. That is probably the only free speech platform that we have. And man, as always, you can't make this shit up. It's your boy Craig Long 45. I'm out. Peace.
I'm the guy that said rehabilitation, when it occurs, we don't understand it and notice it. And even when we notice it and we know it occurs, we don't know why. So you cannot make rehabilitation a condition for release. That's why in our system, there's the federal system, you serve 85% of your time. I remember when it was going on, when I was making these arguments in the late 70s, they used to call Biden's same time for the same crime provision. It's a shame, but we don't know how to rehabilitate. But there is a consensus, and I will cease. A, we must make the streets safer. I don't care why someone is a malfactor in society. I don't care why someone is antisocial. I don't care why they become a sociopath. We have an obligation to cordon them off from the rest of society, try to help them, try to change their behavior. That's why we do in this bill. We have drug treatment and we have other treatments to try to deal with it. But they are in jail.
No one is above the law.
Yeah,